In the peaceful hills of Kithoka, Meru, something extraordinary is happening twice a week at 3:20. While many children are heading home, a group of Nahal students are stepping into the future. This is the Coding Club, and this is where young minds are learning the language that will shape tomorrow. Technology is transforming our world at an incredible pace. And here at Nahal School, they're making sure students aren't just consumers of technology, but creators. Leading this charge is Mr. Nicholas from the ICT Department. Let's talk to him about why coding matters for these young learners. When you look at these students learning to code, what do you see? What are they really learning beyond the technical skills?
Okay, one good thing with these young learners learning how to code, it's first of all, they have always been seeing like it's magic, like there's a magic behind it, or there is a science behind it. Now, when they start coding, they realize that, it's something that I can do. So that courage and motivation and that strength they have once they create their first program or their first game and it is working, it gives me a strength around, because they start now narrowing down all those games and those animation into something that they can possibly do. So I like it when they know that there is no science behind it. I can also do it at my age.
There are many misconceptions about coding. However, Mr. Nick assures us that it's not rocket science. Let's hear from the students. What did they understand about coding before joining the club?
When I joined, I thought coding was all just about programming, games, and all that stuff. And right now, I know that coding can help you in everything that you do. It can help you in your career.
Many people think coding is only for children who want to become programmers or work in tech. Here at Nahal, we believe every child should have the opportunity to learn coding, regardless of what they want to become.
One thing I know and one thing I believe is that until you try it, you never know how it looks like or how it appears to you. So look at the world that you are living today. Most of the companies, we have automation of the companies, which is coding, there is program behind it. Look at SpaceX. It's all about technology. So once they get used to coding, then it opens their mind to explore in the future and to know what they can possibly do even in the future. I have this large number of learners who wants to do coding, who are interested, who have passion for it.
You see these students grow from not knowing anything about coding to creating their own projects. Can you share a moment when you saw a student have that aha moment?
I remember there's this learner who just joined and they tried to do a ping pong game. A ping pong game is a game where there is something falling off. You have to prevent it from falling, and once you're able to prevent it, it will bounce back, and then that's a score for you. She created that simple game, and actually she was able to add scores, and everything was going on well, and she was so happy, and she was like, "Teacher, you mean it is this simple? I thought this thing is so difficult." I felt so good as a teacher.
The proof of impact is in the students themselves. Let's hear more from the young coders who are building the future, one line of code at a time.
What's the coolest thing you've created in coding so far?
Emojis.
Tell me a little bit about that.
It was just a project on HTML. I created the laughing emoji, sad emoji, a love heart emoji.
Has coding changed the way you think about problems and solving them? And can you give me an example?
Actually, yes. Coding has really helped with my thinking. Like the HTMLs that we do and even the project that we do out of the classroom, as in the animation of how the stuff is done, has helped me even doing even math. Some math is actually easy. Yes, so I think coding has helped me out a lot.
What has been the hardest thing about coding since you first joined? And what made you not give up? Why do you stay?
Coding, I say that sometimes we get network problems, but that's just a little thing to stop us not to continue going. But I love coding personally. That's what made me keep going. And computer is just my thing. Yeah.
Coding is just in my blood. I've never thought of giving up because it's just entertaining to me.
Why do you think it's important for kids your age to learn about technology and coding? And what do you think you can use it for?
So they can have a better future, and whatever they learned while they were small, they can try it while they are an older age.
If you could tell kids at Nahal one reason why they should join coding, what would you say?
I would say that coding is a pretty good club to join. Yeah, for me, I just like this club so I can have more experience. Like when I grow up, I want to be a veterinarian, so I want to know how veterinarians they help the animals and some more. Yeah.
You're doing a great job. These students have a deep passion for coding. However, it's not without its challenges. Let's hear from a student who has coding in his blood. How do you feel when your code doesn't work out?
Sometimes it feels tiring because writing the code is very exhausting, and sometimes you feel sad and disappointed in your code because it didn't work.
What do you do about it?
Sometimes we try to fix it and to look out for the problem, but sometimes if it doesn't work, we have to call the teacher sometimes and ask him what's the problem, and he tries to help us. If the problem has not yet resolved, we try and redo the whole code again.
As much as there can be challenges, these young coders rise up to face them and keep on going. Here, mistakes aren't failures, they're learning opportunities. Challenges aren't obstacles, they're puzzles waiting to be solved. Students here don't just consume technology, they create it. At Nahal School, education has always been about more than academic excellence. It's about preparing transformational leaders for a world that doesn't exist yet. And in this wonderful ICT lab in Kithoka, the future is being written, one line of code at a time.